Social value, as a concept, is widely understood. In simple terms, it's about how local government can create value for society, provide the services that we all need, and support local businesses without adding costs.
It's a big ask. In fact, with the overall council funding gap set to exceed £5 billion by 2020, the challenge is actually to achieve these goals, not just without additional spending, but with less.
The answer lies in the contribution that providers of goods, works, and services can make. Adding social value has to be made a central part of procurement. But how do we build it into contracts? And how do we measure the outcomes? The Public Services Social Value Act of 2012 calls for all public sector commissioning to have regard to economic, social, and environmental well-being in connection with public services contracts.
This social value can take many forms. It can be about opportunities for local people to develop new skills and find jobs. It can mean helping local businesses develop the skills they need to compete and work as a part of the public sector and big business supply chains. It can be about building stronger and deeper relationships with the voluntary sector and social enterprises. It can mean ensuring that the places where people live and work are greener and cleaner. And it can be about new ideas, finding innovative solutions to old problems. Since the Act came into force in 2013, some councils and framework providers have embraced it, and some believe it has the potential to transform the public sector. But much more can be done. The perceived barriers include lack of resources, concerns about additional project costs, how to communicate social value criteria to suppliers, and how to measure outcomes.
How do you assess where you currently stand on social value? How do you define your goals? And how do you get from here to there? In February 2016, the National Social Value Task Force was formed, a collaborative forum to bridge the gap between the public and private sectors and share best practice. In November 2017, the task force, in partnership with the Social Value Portal and the Local Government Association, created the National TOMS framework to provide a national minimum reporting standard for measuring social value. Agnese Mizia is one of its principal architects.
The TOMS framework gives procuring authorities a transparent and defensible way to evaluate tenders and also acts as a simple contract management and measurement tool.
And it's sector agnostic.
Absolutely. It can be applied to any mix of goods, works, and services. Contractors of any kind will find measures they will be able to make commitments against.
And those measures are all defined with a comprehensive set of guidance notes. And the toolkit also comes with a spreadsheet, a calculator.
Yes, the calculator is a central part of the toolkit, combining procurement and measurement functions. If we look at the procurement calculator, here you can see the 5 themes. Within each of these are a number of outcomes, which are then broken down into 35 clearly defined measures. So let's look at jobs, promoting local skills and employment. There are 4 outcomes within this theme. One being more opportunities for disadvantaged people. There are then 5 measures. This one, NT5, is taking on rehabilitating young offenders between 18 and 24. Each unit, in this case the equivalent of 1 person in full-time employment, is valued at £14,618.77.
That's a very precise number.
Yes, it's the sum of 3 values, the value for the individual, the government and the community, and these are national averages which are based on a range of public sector studies and data. For some measures, this proxy value can be customized to reflect local conditions, and they can also be weighted to reflect local priorities. Bidders simply fill in targets for their chosen measures, and the calculator arrives at a total value, automatically flagging up any risk of double counting. It's robust, it's transparent, and it's really simple to use. Whether you're a procurer or a supplier, it's a really powerful tool.
The design of the TOMS framework was an 18-month collaborative process involving more than 40 organizations from the public, private, and third sector.